Yo, yo.
Hi, and welcome to my fourth episode of Me as a Caregiver. And this video is very special to me because I have a very special person here. This is Gianna April S., and she is 4.5 years old. And we shared a very silent journey together. And today I'm going to speak to you about my journey as a caregiver and breastfeeding. So, my breastfeeding journey started off 8.5 years ago with the birth of my eldest son, Rehan. Just a few months later, I became a caregiver, and ever since, my breastfeeding journey just went on. Rehan and myself were on this journey together for about 3 years, and my daughter and me are on this journey for about 4.5 years till date. Well, one of the things that I strongly followed in my breastfeeding journey is to make it as easy as possible, both for me and my child, which means I breastfed anywhere possible: parks, beaches, malls, theaters, buses, cars, flights, and the list could go on and on. So that was definitely something that helped me through my journey. Some of the frequently asked questions when people see me feeding my 4.5 year old kid is, isn't she too old for it? Won't she be too dependent on you? Maybe it's not the right thing to do. A lot of superstitious comments and a lot more to go with it. So in this video, I just want to clarify most of these questions, and I'm going to give you 5 reasons of why I chose to breastfeed my child during my journey of caregiving. I think the first and foremost reason of why I consciously chose breastfeeding in my caregiving journey was because I needed to create a sense of security and a safe place for my child. And one of the easiest and the best ways I could do so is through following extended breastfeeding. So, for both my children, I think from the beginning, uh, they've seen life in a lot of unforeseen circumstances. So, for me, it was important to stick to the journey of breastfeeding because I strongly believe the one thing that the child is used to doing from the time he or she comes out of the mother's womb is breastfeeding. So I wanted to keep something constant for them. So that's probably a second reason that why I chose breastfeeding. I think my third reason would be um, I think in my life there was a lot of travel. There was a lot of reasons of why I should just be away from home. So for me, when I come back home, it was a way and mean for me to connect back with my child. While verbally, I always told them that they're going to be fine, they're going to be safe no matter what. I think it was my way of practically doing that and connecting back and calming them when I get back home. I guess my fourth reason for me sticking to my breastfeeding during my caregiving journey was because it was also a way for me to come back and calm myself down. Because the only time that I really don't think about anything else is when I'm breastfeeding my child. And it's just about both of us being there on that quiet journey together. Whether it was 5 minutes or 30 minutes or even an hour, it was just about two of us connecting and sharing that beautiful moment and creating an experience together. My final and fifth reason for breastfeeding is for a question that I've been frequently asked. When I multitask so much and when I have so much in my plate, why would I invest time in breastfeeding a 4.5 year old kid? The honest reply to that question would be I realized the time that I invested in this journey of breastfeeding for my child gave me a lot more higher results. It created a child that was mentally, emotionally, and physically very strong. So that was important. So when I was dealing with a lot of other stuff, I think I had a physically very strong child. They wouldn't fall ill very easily because that's one of the benefits of breastfeeding. I had a secure child, uh, and that's another benefit for breastfeeding. So I think my returns were way higher than my investment. So those are pretty much the five reasons of why I continued breastfeeding through my caregiving journey. How long more will I breastfeed? I don't know. But thank you for watching this video. I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next video.